The most amazing thing happened today at school. My mind is blown. I'm so excited to tell you about it. Are you ready? Let's go. A couple of weeks ago, I had an opportunity to speak at my alma mater, Western Michigan University, during this amazing children's literature seminar put on by the Kalamazoo Public Library. And my talk was centered around the work that Donald Miller and I did in creating Game Changer, book access for all kids. And in my talk, I talk about a lot of different things around books and getting books into the hands of kids and getting kids excited about books. And one of the things that I talked about was the most popular book in my class this year, Saving Winslow by Sharon Creech. And how one of my students read this book, fell in love with it. He actually loved Moo, which he read last year in 4th grade. So I knew that he liked Moo, so I gave him this, and he loved it, and he book talked it with passion and heart. And it just created this just movement of love for this book, and then other kids would read it, and then they would talk about it to their classmates, and then other kids would book talk it, and quickly this became just one of the most, if not the most, probably the most popular book with my morning class. And also in my talk, I talk about urgency. I talk about getting books into the hands of kids is an urgent matter. Like, we can't wait. Like, if we wait 2 years, the kids who we have now, my kids will be in 7th grade. They're gone. Like, I don't know the math, but almost like 18% of their schooling is over in that 2 years that we waited to get them book access. Book access is vital. It needs to happen now. Like, we need to get books into the hands of kids now. And I tried to speak with some just the urgency that I feel when it comes to book access. Like, it's not something we can wait for. We can say, oh, well, maybe we'll fit it into next year's budget. No, we need to do it now. And this amazing thing happened. Someone who was there, someone who heard my talk, was like, yeah, it needs to happen now. And we need to get books into the hands of kids. And that person who is already doing so much for book access in the Kalamazoo and surrounding communities, her and her family are doing so much. She thought that that student in my class should give all of his classmates, not just in my class, but in the other 2 5th grade classrooms here at our school, a copy of Saving Winslow. So today my principal came down and she read an email that came from the person who gave these 80 copies of Saving Winslow to the students here where I teach. And that student got to pass them out to his classmates. And the kids were chanting his name like they were at a football game over and over and over again. And he passed them out, and then he went to the other 2 classrooms and she read the email and he got to pass them out. And then when he got back, there was a line waiting for him to sign their copies of Saving Winslow. And when I talked to my kids about it afterwards, before they just headed out for recess, I said, I hope that you love this book as much as Keegan. But even if you don't, even if you never read this book, I hope that you'll keep it forever. I hope that you'll just realize how important books are. That someone would choose to take money out of their own pocket, out of their own budget, out of their own family's money, to send you a book, because they know the importance of books. They know that books change lives. So I'm just so thankful to that person for sending these books. I'm so thankful that they saw this as an urgent matter and they didn't think, well, maybe next year, maybe next month, or maybe when this happens, I can help increase book access. And I challenge you to not just to give books, but also to find ways to get books for your own students. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to do a donor's choose. Don't be afraid to put it on Facebook. Hey, we need a few books. Can you help us out? Because I think that there are people out there. I think that there are people out there that know the importance of getting books into the hands of kids, and they want to give it to teachers and to librarians and to schools that are going to make sure that kids read those books and those books get into the hands of kids. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Don't be afraid to send out a tweet. Don't be afraid to try to raise some money, because it's for a great cause. Kids who read are going to be more successful. Kids who read are going to have opportunities that kids who don't read don't have. And we need to find a way to make sure that all kids have access to books. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to the person who sent us all of these books. I just feel driven and moved to do the same. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy reading.